Wearing your Bachelorette items as a grandmother is another type of slay though. Oh, body's cracking. I'm in need of a glow up. It's Saturday. I need to get my life together. I need to do something fun for once. So we're gonna make a coffee first because clearly I'm the epitome of lazy, tired girl right now. Okay, so real ones know there was a little bit of a learning curve with this Ninja coffee situation, but I just remembered now that we've got the hang of things, it does do over iced coffee. Let's give her a go. This is new, so maybe hopefully we don't fail again. Oh, we need water. So I put in a Keurig pod, but it didn't brew that much. Breakfast free. Gochi's watching and judging this whole experience. She's like, can we just go back to bed? I wish, baby, I wish. I got this silk cold foam, oat cold foam. It's really good. I got it because I wanted to try the new Nespresso flavors, but you guys know I just put away my Nespresso because it was just too much right now. But the irony of it all is I made this in my Nespresso cup. So this cup is great to have by the bed actually because Gochi can't get into it. She loves to drink our water. Wait, that's really good. You would honestly think I have a puppy because this cat is trying to get into this new bed. I posted some questions on my Instagram, Sarah Dunk, because I feel like this is so old school classic YouTube and that's what I'm all about right now. I just want to sit down with you guys and chat because I haven't really been able or in the mood to vlog the last couple of weeks, but I've really been enjoying like the more vlog day-to-day life thingies because I've been able to like chat with you guys. And someone asked, how am I? Thank you for asking. I feel like this is a pretty generic one, but if you haven't been keeping up with the vlogs, you know, it's good to check in. I am okay. I feel like entering a new decade of your life, I turned 30 last year, so it's already been a freaking year, is always a little scary because society puts a lot of pressure on turning like a new age, growing up, I guess, essentially, especially as a female. And everyone online is always like, oh, your 20s are the best era. No, just kidding, your 30s are the best era. Like, oh my God, don't worry, you had awful time in your like 30s, the 40s are the best. And I'm just kind of sick and tired of that narrative, honestly, you guys. I was talking to my friend, she's still trying to figure out how to get under this bed. And I was like, is this all just like bogus? Like, are we just supposed to believe? Oh yeah, we're doing all drugstore products today. Get it together, Sarah. I think I'm more organized now. I think this is the effects of having coffee later in the day. So everyone says like this era is gonna be the best. And I just feel like as a society, we put like way too much pressure on the future in general. And especially when we're living in like such unpredictable kind of freaky, scary times, it's like, let's just live in the now. Like, let's just try and do that. And I've always been someone that struggles with that. So right now, in all honesty, I don't feel like I'm thriving. I don't feel like I've entered 30s and I'm like, oh my God, life is everything that I wanted. It's exactly what I want to be. Like, yes, I'm engaged. Yes, Daniel and I have a house. We've been living together for like 5 years now, but life gets difficult as you get older. Like, there's challenges when you're young, of course, but then there's different challenges when you're older and you're like seeing your family get older and you have serious bills to pay. Like, unfortunately, I feel like that never gets easier. So it's just kind of working on figuring out the balance, which back to my point about what I was talking about with my friends is like, you kind of have to accept that if you're living in a big, expensive city, at least, there's not going to be a whole lot of balance. Like, living in a go, go, go city, my friends are hustling all the time. My family is hustling. Like, no one is slowing down. So it just feels like it's really hard to see people and to like do fun things because everything's so expensive. So then that brings me to the thought, like, why am I living here? Why are we doing this to ourselves? But it's also really scary to kind of get up and go and shift your whole entire life's plans. Like when your family and your friends are all in one place. I know people do it, but I'm also like not the most well-traveled person, so I don't even know where I would go. But that's kind of how I've been feeling. Moving on to our base, I guess you could say, and we're gonna talk about my favorite ultimate dream thrift find. And I feel like this is a question I've gotten since this beginning of time. I feel like it'd be interesting to jump back to an old Q&A and hear what my response was to this question 5-10 years ago. Because I've been on YouTube that long, can you believe it? If you guys have been around for a while on here and then also on Instagram, because I don't really post, I went through like a phase of not really posting on here too much, but I've honestly found so many grails, like the Versace dress, my Gap Holiday 2000 sweater that I found last year. That was like, even though it's Gap, that was like top. I think we're talking about like thrift store finds here, right? Like not like finding at a vintage store. The Ralph Lauren sweater I found last year. I literally found an Hermes bag last year too. I feel like I never really got into that as much as I should have, because like, what? I found an Hermes bag. That's insane. But yeah, at this point, I'm really like in my bridal shopping era. So anything kind of in that realm is what I've been focusing on. I've been very tunnel vision, I feel like, with that. I do love like Ralph Lauren. Ralph Lauren is my go-to. So finding anything like Purple Label, doesn't need to be bridal, but like Purple Label Ralph Lauren, I guess it's kind of like their runway stuff, would be ultimate dream. I have yet to find a single piece from that collection because obviously it's like tried and true and people are probably hanging on to those for their grandkids. But one day I am optimistic, and also I really have been obsessed with like early 2000s Valentino runway as well, like especially the bridal stuff. So anything like that, anything that your fashion archive, I believe that's what their social handle is, post on Instagram, like anything that realm of designer is like, obviously girl, like I would be snatching that up and going viral again for being a crazy lady at the thrift store. Like I don't think I'd be able to contain it. But speaking of the bridal stuff, I have found a bunch of really good things for my Bachelorette, which is happening at the end of July, beginning of August. I'm slowly going to be rolling out that content on Instagram and then probably doing like a big YouTube video. So just stay tuned for that, because there are some dream items that I found in the last couple of months that I've been like hoarding, and I'm gonna probably save them to wear for the first time on my Bachelorette. But I got them because they're pieces that like I'm going to wear for life. Well, maybe not life, maybe not like when I'm a grandma, but you get the drill. Wearing your Bachelorette items as a grandmother is another type of slay though. Oh, here's a fun little one because we're still blending out here. What's your favorite Starbucks drink? Honestly, you guys, I have not been to Starbucks in quite a long time. When I go out for coffee, it's usually once a week these days, unless it's like a coffee date with friends or like a coffee meeting. And there's so many good cafes that have opened up in like all areas of the city, even in the suburbs. Like there's really amazing coffee shops in the suburbs as well. So I feel like everywhere I go, there's an alternative that's a little bit more exciting than Starbucks. I've been through waves, but usually I just get a cold brew. I don't really love a sugary coffee. Yeah, I'm kind of boring, but I really like the taste of their cold brew, honestly. It has like kind of a chocolatey, nutty taste, but nothing too, like sometimes that flavor profile pulls burnt to me, which I hate. A coffee that tastes kind of burnt, it honestly gives me like anxiety. It increases my heart rate immediately. I don't know the correlation there. Okay, randomly, I've been getting a lot of comments, and not from the same person, about like me going to Buffalo. I guess that content really resonated with people. I did pretty much claim like Buffalo citizenship at one point. I actually had it in my Instagram bio. If you know, you know, because my friends and I were going so often. I actually didn't even have a car at the time. So shout out to them, I guess, for putting up with my craziness and requests to go to Buffalo all the time, because I'm pretty sure they were doing all the driving. Yeah, I just kind of use these cling towels. Sorry if that's disgusting. Wipe off my makeup because I want to look cute while I'm getting ready, but if I wipe it on my pants, then I'm gonna be upset. Love to do a good old spring summer road tripiana over to Buffalo, because it's been, honestly, it might even be like closer to 2 years since I've been. I'm probably missing a trip in my mind, but things have been kind of crazy. Again, as you get older, it's just a little bit harder to like get friend groups together, especially in the nicer weather here, because everyone gets busy with like weddings, baby showers, the whole shebang, going on trips with like your family and your partners and all that kind of stuff. So I'm obsessed with this blush lately. I feel like it's very buildable, but just really pretty. I love this color. I feel like once blush comes on, you start to see the vision. But I do have a thrift map. Don't know how credible it is right now anymore for the Buffalo area, but kind of anywhere near where the Trader Joe's is. I know that's not even technically Buffalo. I think it's called Amherst. And there's a pretty good Salvation Army right there. There's pretty good Valley Village / Savers right there. And honestly, we just go to Trader Joe's and Target also. So like having it all be in one little area, because a day goes by very quickly. A day in Buffalo is like a day well spent, in my opinion. Talking about it makes me miss it. Okay, Melissa, I see you with the hard-hitting questions, girl. She said, where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years? Haven't chatted with her in a while because we obviously need to do a catch up, but as you know, she's a bit of a world traveler, and she also doesn't live like close to me, even though we both live like in the greater Toronto area. So when we get together, it's like a big old yap sesh. But Melissa, since you asked, So let's circle back to my first question as I apply my lip stain. So I'm gonna look a little crazy now, but now that we've gotten comfortable, hopefully that's okay. This one, I love NYX Lip Ivy. At first I didn't realize these were stains, so they do look a little bit crazy. I would not go out looking like this, but so 5 to 10 years. Clearly I'm skirting around the subject matter. That's kind of what I'm struggling with right now. I like honestly don't know where I want to live. I always thought I'd want to live here forever. I don't really know where my friends are going to live. It's sounding like all over the place. One of the main reasons I'm stressed is because Toronto is a very expensive city to live in, and the Canadian economy is pretty bad right now. So when I talk about all these big life changes, it's not just like, oh, you can get up and go. Like, as soon as you kind of lay your roots, you are a little bit tied and a little bit committed. Especially in Toronto, there's this fun thing called the land transfer tax. I don't want to bore you guys that don't live here, or like you're 18 and you don't really care. Maybe these are like big sister kind of helpful tips. Essentially, you have to pay a tax just for moving, and the percent, like the amount of tax you pay is based on the percentage of like how much your house costs. So on average, it's probably gonna be around like 50 grand. And that's just like a sunken cost to move. That's not like taking from the buying side or from the selling side. That's like 50 grand out of your pocket that you're giving the government because you're moving. And I'm just saying 50 grand, like roughly 50 grand, let's call it 50 grand. So yeah, that's like learning more and more about taxes and investments and all that kind of stuff is really like not exciting at all. It's honestly terrifying. I also wish I knew if I wanted kids, because I am at the age where friends are starting to think about it or like plan for it, but I still just don't know. This isn't drugstore, that's why it's punishing me. It's like, don't use me. But yeah, I wish I was like so set on having kids or not. Right now I'm kind of in between, and none of my like besties have had kids yet, so I feel like obviously you gotta do what you want to do, but I don't know. I don't see it happening right now. Like, I'm so tired every single day. As you saw at the start of this video, I've been trying to go to doctors, like get my hormones checked, all that stuff. Everything is allegedly fine, which like I'm very grateful for, but at the end of the day, I'm just like, why am I like this? So point being, it is just a scary thought to me. And I feel like if I grew up knowing that I wanted to have kids, for sure, I would just make it a priority. And I feel like at this stage in life, I'd be like committing to just like planning my future for being a mama. But honestly, I already feel like mama, like to Goji and stuff. So I'm like, do I need to be real mama? I don't know, but I gotta start thinking about it. So my answer may change next year, but no babies anytime soon. And in terms of everything else, like I still want to really work. I feel like I took a good long pause, not a good pause, but like a mental health break from kind of building my career, which I'm very lucky I was able to do, but at the same time it like wasn't great mental health wise, because I do really love working and I really love like building communities and businesses, and that's something I've literally been passionate about since I was little. I think like people say don't make work your life and vice versa, but I remember like starting businesses for fun since I was really little, so that's something that's just always inspired me. Entrepreneurship like runs in my family as well, so I don't think it's like necessarily a bad thing to have that drive to want to create. Like I don't aspire to work my whole life, that's not the goal, but aspiring to like build things and be like creative continuously is something that I want to do. And I just feel like there's a lot to get done, girl. Get to work, wake up, like get going, but also trying not to put too much pressure on myself. Would like to get married though. Like Daniel and I would like to plan our elopement. I'm doing a bachelorette soon. We'll probably just do an elopement and a party. So hopefully that will happen early next year. What else would I like to do? Yeah, just I have some business ideas. So that's kind of what I'm focusing on right now. Focusing on being happier, healthier, just like figuring some things out. I'm pretty much almost done here, you guys. Also love, like everything I'm using, I love, but L'Oreal has really impressed me lately with the Lumi collection. This is such a dupe for the House Labs. It's insane. Someone asked me, how do influencers get paid? Well, wouldn't I love to dive into this one? Again, I was with some of my like OG friends the other day. They're totally offline, but they like consume content every now and then. Like they were not like into watching YouTube back in the day. I feel like my generation was at the tail end of that. So whenever I find someone that's around my age that's like, oh yeah, I was like a YouTube watcher, I'm like, oh my God, you will get me then. So I think the majority of influencers right now make their money off of links, because TikTok and honestly Instagram at this point are pretty much just like influencer platforms, and they're not so much content creator platforms. The difference here in my mind is influencer is trying to sell you on things that they're gonna get paid for. Content creator is just trying to sell you on like their story that they're building, and hopefully like pair that with brands that kind of go hand in hand. I definitely consider myself more of a content creator. Being like a thrifter primarily is also just hard to be an influencer because not a lot of brand deals that I would take. Like I'm not gonna take fast fashion deals. Obviously we went over that. I would do like a bunch of other stuff, but I feel like once you kind of get into that world, you're in it, and when you're not in it, a lot of brands don't consider you, which is kind of unfortunate because I see a lot of brands that I'm like, wow, I could put a fun, like, different twist on this from your average, like, influencer, which no offense, I feel like they do so many brand deals and you're just like, what is genuine over here? My friends and I were talking about the whole Tank Air tank top situation, which if you weren't familiar, Tank Air is like a really expensive basics brand, and they have this tank top or a couple of tank tops right now that have gone viral, but they're like $300, and Aritzia has dupes, Amazon has dupes, everyone's been duping it up essentially. And my friend was like, yeah guys, I bought the dupe, like just so you know the Amazon one's really shit, blah blah blah. And we're like, oh no, that's so bad to hear because like all these influencers online are like, it's crazy. But in my mind I was like, I'm not surprised, because honestly it's those products in the mid-range that are 30 to 50 bucks where people are kind of just like, I'm gonna buy that. If they have the disposable income, it's a lot easier to justify a $30 purchase versus an $80 purchase. So that's kind of like the sweet spot, I feel like, for these influencers. But in my mind, I'm also like, okay, a girl that's wearing Gucci and designer every day, and she's trying to sell you on this $20 Amazon tank top. Does that sound right? Not saying that you can't have a mix of high and low, but I think like even when I thrift and I buy really good quality brands, I'm like, wow, I can't go back to like Zara, H&M. Like even out of desperation, sometimes I'll be like, do I need to pop in there? And I'm like, no, I can't do it. I have limits and boundaries that I set for myself. It's kind of unfortunate, I feel like, how the influencer world has shifted in that sense. And it's just all like so heavily about consumerism, because I feel like there was a mere moment there where we were focused on bigger and better things, and then just everything got chaotic and people wanted to find cheap little thrills to scratch that itch, if you will. I just want you guys to know that I will never push a link on anyone. I've talked about this briefly, but I don't really link things for you guys. Like I am down to talk about a product if I really like it, like even in this video here, but I don't believe I should be getting paid to talk about it necessarily. Like I just believe people deserve the right to be paid for their work, but I don't want to feel like I'm forcing anything because I'm going to profit off of it. And I do strongly believe that on every TikTok short video where their goal is to essentially drive you to their links page, there should be like a bold disclaimer on the video that says, this is an affiliate video. Like I will be paid essentially in blatant terms. I'm gonna be paid if you buy this product, because people are being deceived. Even my 31-year-old smart friends, like circling back again here, they had no idea. Like they had no idea that influencers get paid through affiliate links. And I know like I'm kind of old, my friends are kind of old. Maybe it's just our old asses that acknowledge that. I feel like kids understand that because that's why they want to be influencers. They're like, oh my God, I could just sell my friends on my Drunk Elephant products and become rich. And this is not to discourage anyone from doing that. I think if you're genuine, there's still ways that like that can shine through. And this isn't to say I'm never gonna share a link with you guys, because sometimes I will, but I just want to drive home the point that like if someone's not religiously using or wearing something, I feel like you should be doing secondary research, even if it is like a cheap product. Why waste your money? That 30 bucks is hard to make these days. It's hard, girl. And then like, speak about the waste of it all. There's still waste. It's natural. You're probably not gonna wear that $30 thing forever. So that's just some food for thought. I love how this smells. It smells like a marshmallow. I love it. Clearly I don't make any money from that. But how I do make money is YouTube has kind of like, similar to the TikTok partner program, which we don't also even get here in Canada, but YouTube does pay you AdSense. When you see an ad, like that revenue is going to you. It's not like a major amount by any means, but it is nice to see. It's not why I do it, but it's there. Whereas Instagram does not pay anything. But mostly like throughout my career, I've been paid through reliable brand deals. I'm super lucky to have built relationships with some brands that I like love. Like this last year I've been working with Value Village, and that is literally such a dream, you guys, because every year when I'm doing my taxes, it's like Value Village, Value Village, Value Village, lump sum amount. So it's nice to be getting some of that back, and honestly just like working with them and knowing that they noticed me is really major as well. So pretty much that's it. I don't do affiliate links. Maybe I'm dumb. Call me dumb for not profiting off of that, but it's just like never felt genuine or aligned for me, so I just don't. I could yap and yap and yap, but I think we're gonna wrap this video because I do want to get it up tomorrow. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully you enjoyed the makeup look. Hopefully it looks okay on this little camera. Looks okay on photo booths. Anyways, it was fun to film, so if you guys think I should do some more of these, then follow me on Instagram because that's where I left the little Q&A box, or you can leave questions down below in this video too. Maybe it'll be a good reference point, like if you're watching this at a later date and you missed the Instagram box, I can come back to it. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Ta-ta!